Ground game is everything in Iowa.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And I understand that strategically that what Mayor Pete did was probably the right thing to do, but it's I found it slightly sleazy. I mean, because he didn't win, and he didn't know that he won, and he went out and said something, and in the end, he actually may not win.
Yeah.
You know, and so I don't actually think that
bothers you. You think it bothers you? The speech?
Yeah, because you don't know that. I mean, and in the end, it might not even be true.
Let's move forward.
Good evening. You're watching Noticias Anoche. I'm Quatli. Bernie has won the Iowa caucus. We are reporting live that with 97% in, he is only 3 delegates behind, state delegates that is, and he has left the state of Iowa with 11 national delegates, tied with Buttigieg. So congratulations to Bernie Sanders and all his supporters tonight. This was a hard-fought win against all odds. It seems like the final numbers that are coming in from the satellite caucuses are going to determine the winner. A lot of these satellite caucuses, as we reported, have a lot of minority numbers. So a lot of Latinos, a lot of Muslims, who overwhelmingly, as we were following the Twitter feed, were voting for Bernie Sanders overwhelmingly. So as these results are trickling in, Bernie Sanders is climbing up. He's currently 0.1% behind Pete Buttigieg and 3 state delegates behind, and currently tied with 11 national delegates. Pete Buttigieg declared victory to take away Bernie Sanders' steamrolling campaign. Some of that momentum may have been lost, but the victory is here, and the pathway to the nomination is clearer than ever, as he has now become the frontrunner for the Democratic Party. He is well ahead of everyone else in New Hampshire, and he seems to be climbing up to tie Biden in Texas. And this is very, very good for everyone in the Sanders team, and a clear, embarrassing defeat for Joe Biden. So we will stay tuned following the polls. We were reporting earlier that there were rumors on the Twitter feed of cancellations of flights, of other sums of money being canceled by Elizabeth Warren. Our early signs of a dropout. We are just following these rumors right now, so not indicating anything either way. But it would seem that Elizabeth Warren's pathway to the nomination, just like everyone else besides Sanders, has gotten very complicated after the Iowa results. She has some support in California, as she is behind Sanders there, but by a wide margin. It doesn't seem like she's going to be able to raise all the funds, as she is drawing from what could perceivably be other progressive voters. They might now turn their attention to Sanders, who now becomes viable in the democratic process. A lot of knocks on Bernie Sanders was that he was not electable, and this will change that narrative and solidify that he did win Iowa last time, and there was something going on with the DNC that's been rigging it. So we will keep following this story and many others. Just a quick fill-in for tonight, reporting with 97% of the vote in, that New York Times is saying that the state delegate count of Pete Buttigieg is at 550. Bernie Sanders is right there behind him at 547. Bernie Sanders is poised to take the win anytime tonight. So by the time this airs in the morning, we might have a clear indication of an all-out winner as those last state caucuses, satellite caucuses locations start coming in with their final data. Pete Buttigieg has reported won a number of very questionable coin tosses in the Iowa caucus to begin with that awarded him a few delegates. So something to keep in mind as we follow along. Bernie Sanders is only 3 state delegates behind. A lot of those were as a result of coin tosses. So heavy criticism coming towards the Iowa caucus system. It seems likely that they will not be the first state in the next election, and this will be the end of this ancient caucus system. Yes, respect traditions, but this is too much. How can we tolerate this? That state is too white to go first. It is just old and not representative of America. So this is just another thing to pile on in the case for removing the caucuses and for them to go first place. It could be a thing that we have witnessed for the last time here. So enjoy the victory, all of you Sanders heads. There's a lot of stories right now. The media is freaking out now that they're seeing Bernie Sanders becoming a viable electable candidate is, in fact, their worst nightmare come to fruition. So we are going to maintain a watch over how they keep responding. There's a lot of hit pieces out today of how dangerous it would be to elect a socialist in America, a communist in America. So very outlandish takes here going on for major media outlets. Another reason why independent media is the only hope that we have to keep electing more progressive people out there to tell their tales, to tell the history, and to tell the outcomes in real time as they should be, fairly. Good night, y'all. Here's to Sanders win by morning.